You know that feeling when you're flying 35,000 feet high in the sky, whizzing through the clouds as they look otherworldly, immovable, solid, yet ethereal. It's in these times you wonder, well, I wonder anyway, just what in the hell is going on? Who the hell am I? Why the hell am I? Just what in the world is anything? The world. What's that? A vast sphere floating yet flying through space at over 60,000 miles an hour? Why don't we feel that? Are we that insignificant? Do bacteria feel anything when we walk around? Who knows what the world feels when whatever that's in is flying around? I don't feel like me. I feel like a pilot or brain in a body making instant and constant life or death decisions, moving my hands and legs around, being able to walk, run, kick that ball accurately, not put my hand in that fire, or not drive the car off a cliff. It's just as easy to do that as it is to drive safely. It might even be easier, less complex. I just don't understand how I can do that without pausing to think, automatically. It just doesn't make any sense. You pull your hand away from a hot stove before you even feel the heat. Am I the only pilot here? Surely there's plenty of auto ones. That everything works perfectly without you even feeling it. Oh, God. I really should have brought some form of distraction with me on this flight. My mind is just racing, going 60,000 miles an hour, questioning things that I can't possibly understand. Maybe it doesn't need to be understood, but when you have what's going on inside of you, your body is the perfect machine. Working, pumping, cleaning, protecting, dividing, clearing, fighting, making the pilot feel things it needs, like water, food, entertainment, pleasure, or worse, even things it doesn't. Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, anarchy, food, entertainment, pleasure. It's paradox. Why does it feel so good to scratch an itch? A lovely little reward for something so effortless, yet so hard to mend a broken heart, or ignore that pin-sized scratch that's been eking at you for the last few hours. Back to concentrating on that now as well, is it? The touch of someone you're in love with. Now that's a weird one, isn't it? The scent of their hair, the feel of their skin, and the same things on me that I question or admire or adore on someone else, are turned off by or even repulsed by in another. Why do I? Why do they? Oh, and crying. Just don't get me started on crying. Preparing for landing. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Comes a staticky but reassuring voice from over the intercom. Are you okay, sir? Approaches the friendly air hostess as she leans in close and eyes my midriff. Oh, yeah, grand, thanks, sorry. I say as I notice everyone sitting and zipping up. Oh, yeah, sorry about that as well. I wonder what everyone else here is thinking. Crying. Emotion. I mean, I understand the need to care about something. I think, anyway. Or maybe I'm just used to that. It's the middle ground that I feel comfortable with. But sheer heart-racing highs, as good as they are, you also have heartbreaking lows. I mean, why is that a thing? Drugs are bad for you, yeah, but are they that foreign when your body already gives plenty of drugs for various effects and outcomes? A little bit of dopamine or adrenaline here and there when the need rises. That's how bad habits start. The need rises. But you can get just as hooked on your own body's drugs as you can cocaine, and every bit as bad withdrawals too. I mean, adrenaline junkies, speaks for itself. Gambling addicts, dopamine hooked on the little wins, keeping them piling the cash in. Ignorance is bliss. Sounds very familiar. I mean, getting heartbroken. It's hardly essential for survival, that, is it? It's the opposite, in fact. Lots of people have lost their lives that I know because of such heartbreak. Getting hooked on another person. Perhaps the strongest foreign substance out there. I mean, Why? I didn't know them before and I was perfect, and when they're gone I will be perfect too. Eventually, anyway. Things were good when they were good, but shite when they were shite, and yet why do you only remember the great times when you're heartbroken? It's never that row about money, or that misunderstanding that was blew completely out of whack. It's the nice times. It's always the nice times you remember. Butterflies. Why? I mean, that familiar feeling of adrenaline, the same very feeling of knowing you're about to face this school bully, is the same as facing your school crush. It's the same physical feeling that has opposite psychological effects. It boggles the mind. It's the associations with it, isn't it? It's the associations. Associations. I mean, one of my biggest traits is just that. I stopped using my favourite songs as ringtones years ago because usually whenever my phone rang it was bad news. The same chewing gums that I used to love made me burst into tears at the scent of them a few years ago when me and an ex broke up. Just years ago. I mean, I'm over it now, but it was that way for a long time. I mean, it's crazy. I look out the window as we descend and we see trees, roads, houses, cars, people. The same clouds that seem so ethereal and immovable are now thousands of feet away. Just a backdrop. The normality again. And just like that. And each and every one of those people down there are their own protagonist and their very own story called life. Again, it just boggles my mind that every person down there thinks and acts like or unlike me independently, have their own thoughts, feelings, associations, relationships, traits, niggles, questions, logic, what's real, what's not. Are we the aliens? Is that reality show bullshit? Is the world a reality show? Is that bullshit? Can we cure cancer? Should we? Are we the cancer of the planet we inhabit as cancer is to our bodies? Is it the planet's way of trying to heal from the tumours and toxins that we call skyscrapers, cars and buildings we build and place willy-nilly? Why? Why didn't I charge my phone before I left? Oh my god. I mean, to go to space, to go to the moon, I mean, how unimaginable is that? To leave the very bubble that we're in that is so essential to anything we know of, to sustain everything, vital to our life, is something we can just leave. Alien. Foreign understatement. No air to breathe, no atmosphere to protect our bodies and pilots, and 250 degrees Celsius onslaught of heat and pressure of gravity just barely outside of our planet's atmosphere, barely outside our apple core skin, via piloting other things. Suits and machines. Our brains pilot us, and we pilot spacecraft. I mean, talk about life or death decisions up there. I mean, who knew we could do that? We didn't anyway. Some do now, though, I guess. God, I'm starving. Or am I? I just ate an hour ago. I wonder is anyone else here starving? Raging I didn't bring headphones or something. I wonder what she's thinking of while she's waiting for me to land. Probably very little if her phone is charged. Prepare for land.